This video is based on publicly reported events from the year 2025, compiled from news coverage and official statements available at the time. The content is intended for educational and informational purposes only. 2025 was not just another year in India's timeline. It was a year that really tested institutions, challenged society, and revealed both the strengths and the vulnerabilities of the nation. This is not a list of headlines. This is a month-by-month story of how politics, science, sports, and society shaped India in 2025, and what this year teaches us moving forward. January opened with tragedy and difficult social realities. On the 1st of January, 5 members of the same family were fatally stabbed in Lucknow in a suspected honor killing, reminding the nation that social reform remains an unfinished journey. Public health returned to public attention as cases of human metapneumovirus, or HMPV, were reported in Bengaluru. The month also saw multiple accidents and disasters. A Coast Guard helicopter crash in Porbandar, a coal mine flooding in Assam that claimed 9 lives, and a stampede at the Tirumala temple that resulted in several fatalities. Amid these challenges, there were signs of progress. On the 13th of January, the Sonamarg tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir was inaugurated, improving all-weather connectivity in the Himalayan region. From the 13th of January to the 26th of February, the Prayag Mahakumbh Mela brought millions together, becoming one of the largest religious gatherings in human history. February brought major political developments alongside concerns over public safety. The Delhi Assembly elections concluded with a strong victory for the BJP, reshaping the political narrative in the national capital. However, safety failures remained visible. A crowd crush at New Delhi railway station led to the deaths of at least 18 civilians, raising questions about crowd management and infrastructure readiness. In the northeast, ethnic violence in Manipur intensified, eventually leading to the resignation of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and the imposition of president's rule in the state. March delivered both celebration and concern for India, as the nation experienced moments of joy and ongoing challenges. India lifted the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 in Dubai, marking the country's 3rd title in the tournament and bringing national pride through sport. The victory was celebrated across the nation, uniting millions in jubilation. At the same time, internal security challenges persisted. Clashes between security forces and Naxalite groups were reported in Chhattisgarh, while sporadic violent incidents continued in Jammu and Kashmir, a reminder that domestic security issues remained unresolved despite international success. April was dominated by extreme weather and security concerns. Severe heat waves swept across large parts of India and Pakistan, highlighting the growing impact of climate change on public health and infrastructure. On 22nd April, militants attacked tourists in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, killing 26 civilians. It became one of the deadliest terror attacks of the year and sharply escalated regional tensions. In early May, India carried out cross-border military action targeting terrorist infrastructure, followed by diplomatic engagement that led to a ceasefire aimed at de-escalation. Domestically, the Waqf Amendment Act 2025 sparked protests in parts of West Bengal, showing how legislative changes can generate intense public debate. May was shaped by both security developments and cultural achievements. Following heightened tensions earlier in the year, India and Pakistan moved toward a ceasefire, helping stabilize relations between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. In cricket, Virat Kohli announced his retirement from Test cricket on 12th May, marking the end of a significant chapter in Indian sports history. The month also brought literary recognition when Banu Mushtaq won the International Booker Prize for her anthology Heart Lamp, becoming the first Kannada author to receive the honor. Yet tragedies continued, with reports of accidents, clashes, and poisoning incidents reminding the nation that governance and safety challenges persisted. June really stood out for both scientific achievement and, sadly, human loss. On the 25th of June, Shubhanshu Shukla became the second Indian to travel into space, flying aboard Axiom Mission 4, a milestone that, reflects India's growing presence in global space exploration. The Rajya Sabha elections were also held during the month, influencing parliamentary dynamics in a pretty significant way. However, celebrations turned tragic in Bengaluru when a crowd crushed during Royal Challengers. Bengaluru's first IPL title celebrations resulted in the deaths of 11 people. Flash floods in Himachal Pradesh added to the toll, once again underlining our climate and infrastructure vulnerabilities. July and August. Well, they maintained a focus on internal security, with continued operations against militant and insurgent groups in Manipur and Jammu and Kashmir. On the policy front, the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Act 2025 became law in August, bringing formal oversight to a rapidly expanding digital industry. India also achieved success in intellectual sport. Divya Deshmukh won the Women's Chess World Cup, defeating Koneru Humpy and reinforcing India's growing stature in global chess. Daily life, however, continued to be affected by accidents, floods, and infrastructure failures across different regions. September brought some really important political and diplomatic developments. C.P. Radhakrishnan was elected Vice President of India, ensuring continuity in constitutional leadership. Monsoon floods in Punjab, Uttarakhand, and Assam displaced thousands and claimed lives, again exposing our climate vulnerability. On the international front, India resumed diplomatic talks with China, reopening direct flights and select trade routes, a cautious step toward easing those long-standing border tensions. India also defeated Pakistan in the Asia Cup 2025, a sporting moment that, honestly, resonated deeply given the broader geopolitical context. October witnessed progress in infrastructure, with the inauguration of Navi Mumbai International Airport, which was, a major boost to India's aviation capacity. At the same time, communal clashes during Durga Puja immersion processions in Cuttack, Odisha, led to injuries and temporary curfews, highlighting ongoing social sensitivities. Natural disasters and transport accidents continued to underline the importance of safety planning and resilient infrastructure. November became historic for Indian sport. On 2nd November 2025, the Indian women's cricket team won the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, securing their first title and, honestly, inspiring millions across the country. Politically, the Bihar Assembly elections concluded with a decisive victory for the BJP-led NDA, influencing the national political landscape. Yet the month ended on a somber note when a car explosion near Delhi's Red Fort on 10th November killed at least 15 people, reinforcing concerns over internal security. December closed the year with strategic and technological milestones. India signed trade agreements with Oman and advanced discussions on a free trade pact with New Zealand, strengthening economic ties in a volatile global environment. In space technology, ISRO launched one of the heaviest payloads carried by an Indian launch vehicle, the AST Space Mobile satellite, expanding communications capability. Even as the year ended, airline disruptions, accidents, and regional tensions reminded the nation that challenges remained unresolved. 2025 was a year of contrasts. It brought historic victories and heartbreaking losses, bold policy moves and social unrest, scientific achievement and systemic weakness. But the lesson for all of us is clear. Progress is never linear. It is shaped by how a nation responds to crises, learns from failure, and builds on success. As India steps into 2026, the most important question is not just what happened, but what the nation chose to learn from it.